What up, hardcore fitness 30-day program members? Out here in front of the gym, and I'm going to be shooting some videos today to get you guys familiarized with what this program is going to be about, as well as basic stuff like what our gym is about, how to use different classes, what you guys need to be prepared for in those classes, so that when you guys come in, you don't just know how to do this program, but you guys are comfortable coming into the gym. You understand what you guys need to do. We know that it's nothing worse than walking in somewhere and not knowing what you're supposed to be doing and feeling uncomfortable. So I'm gonna make sure to go over this program, why we do programs at all, going through the gym, what you guys need, how we're gonna track our calories and everything else. So there's gonna be a series of these videos, so make sure you guys check them all out. So this first one, I'm going to go through the basics of this program, and I'm going to start off with the programs in general and why we do them. We have different programs that we do throughout the year. We have strength programs where we'll go through and focus a lot on the workouts, additional workouts and rep schemes to increase your overall strength. We have booty building programs for the girls that want to focus on building their glutes. We have our 60-day challenge, which is a team aspect challenge. It has a lot of accountability and weekly team events and focused on the overall maximum transformation. Each one of these has a different way that they're run, and it's because it's a different focus on what the goal type is, as well as the individual and what they're trying to do. So for example, a booty program may be just additional workouts with suggestions of nutrition. So somebody who really isn't focused as much on their diet at this point, but really wants to focus on their workouts, that may be something that's appealing to them. Whereas our 60-day challenge is focused on someone who really wants a maximum amount of results in a 60-day period, and it gives a lot more tools, it gives a lot more accountability, it gives basically everything you would need for that, but it comes at a cost of a higher requirement. So there is more exercise required, the diet is much tighter, and it really encompasses additional cardio and everything else that could come with it. So it depends on where the person is mentally at that point also. So with that being said, what is this 30-day program and who is it good for? So this 30-day program is basically a 30-day program based loosely on calories and exercise to reach your goals. So our normal nutrition programs and our 60-day program are tight as far as down to the exact calories and macronutrients. It's a spelled out meal plan, and you have to prepare your food and have it all ready, and you're eating just what's on that meal plan except for scheduled refeed meals. So the difference with this is it's much more flexible and it's easier to be able to do. We know that a lot of people right now have trips planned. Maybe people are just getting into a nutrition program for the first time, and this may be something that mentally fits people a little bit better. So this is based simply on calories. You're going to have a calorie goal that you're supposed to hit each day, and you can eat anything you want and hit that calorie goal. And as long as you're hitting that calorie goal and exercising at the program, then you are going to have a successful rescan, and you're going to see those inches lost or gained if you're trying to gain, or whatever your goal type is. So on the mental aspect, I want you guys to know that this is not set up with a lot of restrictions. It really doesn't have restrictions at all. I'm going to give suggestions on the best way that I would personally balance out my calories if I were you guys, but letting you guys know that there aren't restrictions. You don't have to cancel the trips that you guys may have. You don't have to plan for a lot of extra exercise. If you guys can dedicate 1 hour a day, 5 days a week to the boot camp or our fight camp classes, and you guys can just hit those calorie goals a day, you're set and you are going to have success in the program. So with that being said, I'm going to give some tips on how I would personally hit my calorie goal. You guys could eat cookies all day, and as long as you guys hit your calorie goal, you essentially are going to lose or gain weight. You could be eating really, really clean food and go over your calorie goal, and you would gain weight. So the essentials of how the body works is it's calories in versus calories out. Now there are a lot of technicalities as far as macronutrients, as far as how much protein, carbs, and fats you eat, what's more beneficial for different goal types. Eating cleaner food a lot of time has an overall better response to your digestive system, but without overcomplicating things, the basic premise of this nutrition program is it's calories in versus calories out, and you can eat whatever you want, but it's going to show you guys that eating healthier foods, cleaner foods, more nutrient dense foods are going to make you feel more full. They're going to have you having that feeling of satiety and feeling like you're okay after that meal. Whereas eating highly processed, highly sugary, nutrient vacant foods are going to make you feel hungry throughout the day and likely eat more of those things that you're not supposed to eat. So even though you can eat anything on this program as long as you hit your calorie goals, what I would suggest for you guys to do is think of a handful of healthy foods that you guys already kind of like, things that aren't torture for you to eat. Myself, you know, I used to hate oatmeal, but now I really like oatmeal. So oatmeal in the morning. I really like eggs, so I do eggs in the morning, or egg whites, depending on where my calories are for the day. And I'll do that kind of for breakfast. And then I do like to have some carbs, so a lot of the time I'll use like a low carb tortilla, and I make wraps or low carb or Ezekiel bread, and I'll make sandwiches that are out of that. So I prefer to have bread, but I make a healthier choice, or pick a healthier alternative, so that I'm not using up all of my calories or all of the reserves that I have for the rest of the day on bad choices. So I'm picking foods that I like, that are clean. As far as vegetables are going to be high in fiber and make you feel very full, especially green vegetables. Think more colored vegetables are going to be higher in calories most of the time. I'm going to be picking good proteins, chicken, lean ground turkey. You could even do a lean cut of steak. It's going to be more calories, but you guys could do something along those lines. Fish. So those healthy protein sources. And then my carb sources are going to be something that are going to be more, you know, more like brown rice or sweet potatoes, or even regular potatoes, or regular rice isn't going to be a far throw from your calories. So if you guys pick more of those healthy choices, it's going to allow you to eat more throughout the day. And give you more of an allowance for the things that you want to eat. So for instance, myself, I really like Halo Top ice cream. So it's not necessarily bad. It's not like eating Haagen-Dazs, but if it's 280 to 320 calories, I make sure that I make little better choices throughout the day, so I can allow myself a thing of the Halo Top at night. So if I had eaten some worse food throughout the day, it wouldn't allow me the calories needed to be able to eat that at night. So it's planning those things ahead of time and taking those things into consideration. If you can make healthier food choices, eat some healthier food throughout the day, then it's going to give you more of that allowance for the things that you really crave. And even in those situations, if those things you crave, you still make a healthier choice. So like pancakes in the morning, I'll make protein pancakes with sugar-free syrup. It allows me to eat more of those things and still curb my cravings. The other thing to look for is how to utilize those calories throughout the day in that respect. So because I like to save some of my calories at night, if you were someone that wanted to save those calories to eat real ice cream, something that isn't going to be a healthier alternative to ice cream, you would just want to eat a little bit lighter throughout the day to save those calories at night. So some of you may actually not like eating a lot through the day. You really enjoy eating light, and you like to eat more at night. That's where you end up getting cravings. Just simply do that. Eat healthy food choices that are low in calories, and save those calories at night, where you can have a bigger dinner, or eat the cookie that you're craving, or whatever the other things may be. So I hope that in recap, this kind of helps. Is making healthier food choices are going to allow you more calories for the things that you're craving, but you want to find a balance between those two things. You want to eat for overall function, but you also want to be eating for mentality as well. You don't want to deprive yourself too much, because that's where you can run into problems of binging or really falling off the program and going over your calories. So making those healthy food choices, and making sure that you guys have a balance between those things and the things you crave. And the last part on it is making sure that you guys plan out what you're supposed to eat at least one day in advance. So even though you could essentially go through your entire day and just track your calories, which we are going to have a video that I'm going to make sure is up along with these, that shows you how to use MyFitnessPal, which is a calorie tracking free app that you guys can use. But even if you're using MyFitnessPal and you go through the day and you're inputting your foods, unless you're really, really well versed in what foods have what amount of calories at what portion sizes, you really don't want to fly by the seat of your pants. You could easily get through lunch and realize you have no calories left for the day, or have already gone over. Then you end up really hungry at night, and you fall way off the program. So it's good to be prepared. So what I'm going to have you guys do is, at least one day in advance, you guys are going to use MyFitnessPal after you guys have watched that video, and you are going to plan out at least one day. I suggest 3 days. If you do 3 days of your meals and what you're going to eat, it gives you a good plan for if at the end of the day you don't have time to plan for your next day. It gives you at least 3 days, and after 3 days you're going to have a much better idea of what amount of food, when it comes to certain types of food, are going to get you to your calorie goal. And even at that point, if you do kind of end up having days where you just go through to meet your calories, it's going to be a lot easier, because you'll have a better handle on it. So at minimum 1 day, I suggest 3 days. Give yourself that preparation so that you know what you're going to be eating, and you can give yourself time to really understand what those calories are. So I'm going to make sure that we get the next video. It's going to be touring the gym, going through what our different classes are, who they're good for, what to be prepared for. So this brief overview of the 30-day program and why we do programs is just going to be one video. Make sure you guys watch the rest of them, and excited to see you guys in for your scans.